Chiron. The reason why you don't know, as Yumel said, you don't know much about Chiron, because it's only been discovered about 50 years ago. Nobody knows anything about it. It hasn't even made a full cycle through the zodiac. Scientists have not even agreed yet. Is this asteroid or it's a comet? And the astrologists, well, Vedic astrologists, they don't even accept the idea of asteroids. In Western astrology, people talk, but everyone interprets different. But because we don't have that much data yet, it's mostly guessing. Some say it's a higher aspect of Venus, second ruler of Libra and Taurus. Some say that it's a higher aspect of Mercury, which doesn't really make sense because we already have Persephone taking that place. And also Chiron is weakest in the Virgo sign. That doesn't make sense. Some say it's another ruler for Sagittarius, which also doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It does rules the money, the earnings, the wealth, but also the healing. Remember, some people call it wounded healer. The placement in your chart, it shows where's your deep wound, deep soul wound. Once you heal that, it will unlock enormous potential. Check what zodiac sign it falls into and what house. The house will tell you in which area of your life, and the zodiac sign will kind of describe how. So you'll know how to work with this. For example, if it's first house, it's how you present yourself to the world, your ego, your confidence, maybe even appearance has something to do with this in relation to us because we're all in the healing field. Well, you know the sign, it's actually like a key, the sign of Chiron. That's why everybody calls it golden key, because once you heal the wound, it unlocks the gate to your wealth and to enormous potential, psychic abilities, and knowledge that you have accumulated through your other incarnations comes back. Remember, he is a healer, he's a therapist, he's a herbalist. He knows all that.
And so like 4 years share it, because when I looked it up, it said like 1984 to like 1988 or something. They're all in Gemini. It's like a big gap of years that shares the same sign.
No, because I'm
It's
84.
It's slow. Yeah, it's slow.
Oh,
It
okay. Well, maybe
hasn't even made the full cycle yet. It's very slow.
Okay.
But is that correct what she's saying as far as grouping? Because I'm born in 84 and mine is not in Gemini.
I just threw out numbers. I couldn't remember
Oh,
because
okay.
I'm 88 and I'm Chiron and I'm Gemini, but it was saying like from April 10th to like this date, everyone
Oh,
is
okay.
in.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to
Well,
be
so
clear.
Gemini, then siblings, community, friendships, interaction. Gemini, they're twin brothers. One sacrificed himself to save his brother. It might be like deep-seated pain in your soul in relation to your siblings. It can be so twisted actually here. You may not have any siblings in this life, but maybe you had previously, but you still have that wound that needs
Yeah, that makes sense. I
healing.
mean, I have like over empathy, I think, for my sister and like.
It also can be, what if there were aborted children or miscarriages? You don't even, they're not even in the family, but the souls
wow.
are still there. You still have that pain and you have no idea what's happening. Maybe you're looking, and every person you meet, you're looking for a brother or sister. I would dig there. So siblings, anything Mercury related now. How do you express? How do you speak? Service to your local community, communications. What else? Gemini likes pull things apart. You're learning a modality and it doesn't stick. It's not working for you for some reason. What Gemini would do, take it apart. Maybe if you pull it all apart, each piece will make more sense. All right. So besides your own wound, which you will figure out by looking into the zodiacal placement and house placement. So again, house is the area of your life. So Annie, what is your house for Chiron?
5th.
Lovers, fun relationships, hobbies, passion, being public, fame, then even commercial fast money. Not a career, but something that you do quickly, like crafting. Are you trying to find in your boyfriend that care that you would receive like from a twin brother?
That
I'm
sounds so weird.
just throwing out ideas. Just throwing out ideas, maybe worth looking at it. Or, okay, you creating your TikTok or YouTube videos, presenting yourself to the world, and you expect this community to respond to you. You think you're among friends and siblings who will be on the same journey and act as your team, but they're not. And that may be really painful.
Yeah, that's happened. I mean, I stopped doing a lot of community things because I would do it and then 1 or 2 people would show up and I was just like, I'm not going to keep doing this.
And
And then
it's
same with YouTube. I put all this effort into these videos and then there's like 20 people that watch it and I'm like, how does this keep happening?
and you see, logically, if we think about it, you tried, it didn't work out, okay, I made an effort. I just tried another venue, it didn't work out, okay, it's not for me, what's next? But with this placement, it can be so painful because you, like that twin brother in Gemini, I'm sacrificing my life. I was immortal, now I'm giving it away just to save my brother. And what did I get back? Nobody even showed up. Worth looking at. Okay, for us, specifically for our field, what's very, very important? With each planet, you can be at the bottom and it will give you the negative aspect. It will create certain problems. Or you can learn and then this planet shows the positives and it will give you strength instead of problems. To raise to the higher level, you have to present those good qualities that Chiron had. First of all, it's a dual, half man, half centaur. Everything has to be looked from 2 sides. What's the whole story? It's important to take sides. Justice was very important. Doing things right and fair was very important to him. We're looking at the news. What are both sides of the conflicts? Have to check everything from both sides. Every time you study some modality, you have to look from both angles. Where the good and where the harm can be. You have to separate because even every religion, it has good and bad. You have to sort through and pull it all apart. What is real within a healing modality? What is real and what is just junk? You pick only the right things. Word right is a keyword here. What is right? Then whatever you learn, it's only information. Doesn't matter in which format. Lecture, video, book. It's only information till you actually put it through you and applied it in your work, in real work, with yourself and with clients. Or maybe you creating some products. It's too. You processing through yourself and through repetitions with experience. You turning it into knowledge. And now what Chiron does, he takes that knowledge now. So the information that was turned into knowledge, you have to take that knowledge and translate it to people in a simple language that everyone can understand. You see why it always pisses me off when people speak gibberish.
Or just regurgitate the text.
Whether it's your clients or it's your viewers on TikTok, on YouTube, or your readers when you write books, or your students, you have to speak in a normal human language. And this is when you turn on your Chiron. Door unlocks, gate unlocks.
It would be like explaining a quote, as above, so below, and then you explain like this means manifesting what is desirable to you on earth, like something like that.
Dropping all the terminologies that average people wouldn't know.
So not even using manifesting, like
Well, you
making it
you
very
can, as long as they can understand. But you know, some
Mhm.
people, you listen for hours and then you realize they said a lot of pretty words, but there's nothing you can understand. So that's what activates Chiron and unlocks the gate for you. When you learn that skill, this entire process, turning information into knowledge through work and experience, and then translating this knowledge to people in a way they can understand, the gate unlocks. This is when you start receiving money. People will pay you for it.
Mm.
Okay, and now, well, we know this wand aspect too. Perhaps addressing your wand will help you to go through this process in a more efficient way. That may be what's holding you back, because there is nothing really complicated in it, but still, some people would fight it so badly, even when it doesn't let them build a business and hurt them financially. This is very simple, but what's holding you back? What's preventing you? That old wound. Now we know the house, the sign. It's not only placement of your wound. This is where the gates place to your abundance. Fifth house for you, Annie, in Gemini. Your potential clientele is equal to you. You're not teaching little kids, you're not approaching older people, those are equal. You have to become their sister or a very close friend. This is how you need to convey yourself. Or because it's fifth house. This is a happy hippie community with free love for all. 100%.
I wish.
You got it in you. Yeah, you
Yeah.
see? So you look at the zodiacal sign and the house, and it gives you already some sort of map. This is where the gate, this is with whom and how I should be interacting. This is my potential clientele. In the opposite, how do you drop, how you shut down Chiron? First of all, you go into places where people pretend to be a guru, but because they don't know anything, they make their message so complicated. So because you don't understand anything, you think they said something smart. You already contaminated with this garbage. It's already affected you. And it's much worse. If now, without even understanding and trying and apply, you can't apply what you didn't understand. All you can do in this instance is to memorize it. How many people does it? They memorize exactly the same garbage and go share it with others. Now your Chiron is shut down for another reincarnation. You wasted your life. Yeah, now you're sick, no money, nobody wants to pay you. And you're like, oh, let me do past life regression. Maybe I'll find an answer there. But this is so simple. So simple. So how do you know that it's on the lower energy? It's hard for you to tell what's right, what's wrong. You're listening to the news, you're really confused, or you just don't want to figure it out. Or you're looking at religion and you cannot sort through what is real. There's like 5% of a real thing, and the rest of is garbage, and you unable to recognize which is which. You just eat it all. With any religion, any spiritual tradition, any modality, it doesn't matter how good it is or bad even in whole, there is still some little gems. You have to recognize them and take only those. The rest has to be purged. This is what Chiron does. Telling truth and lines really big with Chiron. You have to be brave and truthful. It's how you opening up the gate. And if you're not brave enough, you're dropping down. The gate shuts down for you. Well, at the lowest, it's thievery. But even theft comes in so many different forms. Even with our clients, we know we get those calls all the time. They have no intention of booking appointments. They're just wasting your time digging for information so they can do something. They think they can do something on their own. If they could do something on their own, they would have done it long time ago. So they waste one time, your half an hour. Next month, they're going to call again, pretend again that they're going to book. If you don't block them, they're going to do it over and over. Too responsible here for them doing it and for you allowing them to do it. You two are going to pay for it. Or there are people who just, just parasite. They just call you to complain, or even friends coming to cry on your shoulder. Yes, support your friends, but if it's just their lifestyle, don't fit into it. Because, again, two sides are responsible for it, for them doing and for you allowing. You know how easily you can activate your Chiron and raise yourself to the highest vibrations and to unlock full potential and get all the gifts that he has for you. So again, the house is the area of your life where it is. Zodiacal sign is how, with whom maybe, circumstances. You address your own wound and you act right. You take right side. You always try to figure out what is right, what is wrong, but you're looking at the whole picture. You're always brave and truthful. And don't go looking for free stuff. Don't do that. You're cutting your money off. If you need help, book normal, real appointment.
So basically, like I understand the house part, I think a little better. So whatever that house rules or is responsible for. So for example, like career, family, those would be the themes. Zodiac sign, we should look at, I guess, what that zodiac sign rules. Mine is Taurus. I'm not really, and see, all I know is like it's an earth sign, kind of grounded. Then like being more practical. I really don't know that much about
And
that.
what is a house?
Ninth house.
Father figure, religion, authority, higher spirituality, anything foreign. All the metaphysics, occults are there too in the ninth house. Also, high education. So, those areas, this is where your biggest potential. And with Taurus, what qualities? Taurus, first of all, is feminine energy. Working with women, probably your clientele will be already is mostly women, right?
Actually, no.
Huh?
Even from a young age, I attract young men that are struggling with behavioral stuff, get in trouble. But I definitely attract more men that come to me for healing and
Really?
be put in
Because
situation. Yeah. Some have been older, some have been younger. It's very like balanced on that end, but I actually seem to have issues when it comes to working with women. I've had a lot of
really,
like drama, even in the workplace, like there's always some kind of jealousy problem. So maybe like you're saying, as far as that's the wounded healer, something to,
maybe that shows your wound. Maybe your clientele will grow massively once you heal that and open yourself to women. Because it is a bigger market. Women are more often seek these services.
yeah, so that is interesting because you know how I've been having more people call, and just in that aspect, you could say it's more women. But as far as like the healing and attracting, it seems like, and actually, even my first real client was a male.
Okay, what else? Taurus. Beauty, luxury, gardens, herbs, so videos from your garden, surrounded by blooming flowers and crystals. Also, implementing words like work. We're working on it. We're building up your confidence. This is Taurus. Taurus is very practical sign. You want to show your practical side, but also it is luxury. It's ruled by Venus. Maybe dressing up, even if it seems over the top. See, experiment with this and track it. You're doing little videos for TikTok, very easy to see, instantly respond, right? What if you just dress in t-shirt and doing it with an empty background? one thing, but what if you really dress up?
I have the practical side, like the minimalist and looking at it from that. I absolutely love, being in my jeans and my sweatpants and a t-shirt. But I also do enjoy like dressing up and, getting dressed up as a woman. And whenever I do and I go out, everybody always is, I love when you get dressed up. Or like I notice I do attract attention in a room, like kind of thing. So that is interesting. I like really would love to have like, a lot of garden plants, things like that, just be surrounded by the garden and plants. So I thought that's interesting
So
as
yeah,
well.
do a few videos this way, few videos this way. If you have something of luxury brands, some items, or even look like it doesn't have to be real, just like accidentally throw it in the background. You will be
Your
shocked
candles
how all
kits.
those things
Yeah.
affect us.
Okay, no, it's interesting.
Also, because now we suspect that this is where your want is hiding in relationship with woman. Is it trust? Is it maybe somebody betrayed? Maybe somebody stole your husband and you were left with like 10 hungry children to survive. Something like this, probably. But what if now, when you're doing those videos, you will be more intentional? Ladies, I really want to work with you. Help me
Oh,
figure out how I can be of service to you. Ask them questions. I have this and this problems. Help me. What is your
Yes.
opinion?
Yeah, so interesting on TikTok. I definitely have more like women viewers and women engaging. I was thinking of something though. There's the male female, but then there's the feminine masculine energy. And the men that I attract, they have a very feminine, sensitive side, but on the outside, very manly, the testosterone. It's almost like they're fighting to show off that manly side, but then they're struggling because they have this sensitive side. So in some ways, maybe I am attracting the feminine quality. It's just coming weird. But as far as like the working with women or trusting, I'm going to sit with this now. I don't feel like it was me because I do come from a place of like, I believe, the idea of a village and women working together. So I have that perspective. And in some ways, like, because I've been younger in management positions, so I've gone above and beyond to try to not ruffle feathers and make sure everyone's happy. But there just seems to always be some kind of weird like jealousy, or I get along with people fine, and then all of a sudden it leads to some kind of crap, whatever unfolds. So, but I'm also very in my masculine energy too. So maybe that, like you're saying, there's something in there for me to find some kind of balance and tap more into that
Yeah, it
feminine.
could be exact the opposite. Maybe this time I need to learn boundaries. Maybe I need to use my masculine side to remind everyone their place. It can be
Yeah.
69 law, both sides. You have to look.
Yeah.
And your
Other,
That makes,
style's really tomboy too, Mel. So maybe
huh?
your style can be really tomboy too, right? So maybe some girls are like, oh, she's one of the guys,
Well, and but see, that's the thing is I am like very girly. I do enjoy, dressing up and
but
I do
why
the
do you
makeup.
hide it?
In some ways, again, I'm gonna sit with it, but I do feel like there's some balance in that aspect of it. But a lot of what's come up is me kind of softening into that feminine energy, not needing to be so, in my masculine guarded, survive like that kind of energy. So I
Mhm.
find this all kind of interesting to sit with and see.